I never believed silence could be so loud until she entered my life. Her name was Ayla. She wasn't the kind of girl who demanded attention. She didn't speak loudly or laugh to be noticed. She existed softly, like rain that falls at night, quiet, steady, and impossible to ignore if you were paying attention. We met in a way that didn't feel dramatic at the time. No sparks, no movie moment, just two tired souls sharing the same space, exchanging polite smiles that lasted a second longer than necessary. I remember the first thing I noticed about her wasn't her beauty. It was her eyes. They looked like they had already lived through something painful, and survived by learning how to hide it. She loved with her whole heart, but she never showed how much. She gave pieces of herself slowly, carefully, as if she was afraid the world might drop them. I didn't know it then, but I was already standing inside her quiet universe. We talked for hours in those early days. About nothing. About everything. About childhood memories, broken dreams, fears we never admitted out loud to anyone else. She listened to me like my words mattered. That alone made me feel powerful. When I was with her, the world felt slower. The noise in my head softened. I felt understood, something I didn't even know I was missing. She never rushed me, never pushed, never asked for more than I was ready to give. And maybe that was the first mistake. Because when someone loves you quietly, you start believing their love doesn't require effort. The bond we built, love that felt safe, Ayla loved in details. She remembered how I took my coffee. She noticed when my voice changed after a bad day. She read my silences better than my words. At night, when the world felt heavy, she would rest her head on my chest and breathe slowly, as if syncing her heartbeat with mine. I used to think love was loud. I was wrong. Love was her hand finding mine in the dark. Love was her choosing me every single day, without asking for applause. She never needed grand gestures. She just needed presence. But presence is easy at the beginning, and rare when comfort takes over. I started taking her for granted in ways I didn't even realize. I replied late. I canceled plans. I chose my phone over her eyes. She never complained. She just smiled, that soft smile that tried to hide disappointment. Sometimes, late at night, she would look at me with a question in her eyes she never spoke out loud. And I never asked what it was. The first cracks, emotional distance begins. Distance doesn't arrive suddenly. It grows quietly, like a wall built brick by brick. I stopped noticing when she got quiet. I stopped asking if she was okay because she always said, "I'm fine." But she wasn't. I see that now. Intimacy slowly changed. Not just physical, emotional. She wanted closeness. Real closeness. Conversations. Touch that meant something. Time without distractions. I wanted comfort without effort. Sometimes she would reach for me, and I would pull away without meaning to. Other times, I stayed, but my mind was somewhere else. She felt it. Women always do. One night, while rain tapped against the window, she sat beside me in silence for a long time. Her hands were shaking. "I need to talk," she said softly. I didn't look at her. "About what?" I asked, already tired. She took a deep breath. "I feel lonely, even when I'm with you." That sentence should have scared me. It didn't. I brushed it off. Told her she was overthinking. That everything was fine. She nodded, but her eyes didn't believe me. The warning, the moment I failed her, a few weeks later, she said something I will never forget. Her voice was calm, too calm. "If intimacy disappears completely, I won't be able to stay." She wasn't threatening me. She was warning me. She wasn't asking for more. She was asking for something. I smiled. Not because I was confident, but because I was careless. "Perfect," I said. I stopped needing it. I didn't see her flinch. But she did. Something broke inside her that night, and I was too blind to notice. She didn't argue, didn't cry, didn't beg. She just went quiet. And silence was her goodbye beginning. Middle, when love starts dying slowly after that night, Ayla changed. Not loudly, not dramatically. She stopped reaching first. She stopped waiting. She stopped explaining her pain. She was still kind, but distant. Still present, but emotionally gone. She smiled, but it never reached her eyes anymore. I told myself she was just adjusting. I didn't realize she was preparing herself to leave. She started spending more time alone. Writing in her notebook. Walking at night. Sitting by the window with her phone turned off. I asked her once, "Are you okay?" She looked at me and said, "I'm learning." I didn't ask what she was learning to do. I should have. The truth too late realization. The day she finally told me the truth, the room felt empty before she even spoke. "I don't feel desired," she said quietly. "I don't feel chosen. I feel like I'm asking for love from someone who already checked out." I tried to defend myself. Tried to explain. Tried to promise change. But her eyes told me something painful. She had already mourned me while I was still there. "I warned you," she whispered. "And you smiled." That broke me. Because I remembered that smile. And I hated myself for it. Climax, the goodbye that had no drama. She didn't leave in anger. She left in silence. No shouting. No accusations. No slammed doors. Just a suitcase. A final look. And a soft, exhausted smile. "I still love you," she said. "But I can't keep dying quietly." I wanted to stop her. But words come late when realization comes too late. The door closed. And the silence stayed. Ending, living with the pain now, the house feels too big. Her side of the bed stays cold. Her laugh echoes in memories I can't escape. Intimacy didn't disappear because she wanted too much. It disappeared because I gave too little. Now I understand. Too late. She warned me. And I smiled. Final line: some people don't leave when love ends. They leave when they realize they were loving.